Am I the a-hole for not trusting my husband after he depleted our savings to pay for his dog's surgery? My mother-in-law asked my husband a year and a half ago to watch over her dog for her when she went to surgery and rehab following surgery. She's a healer. I apparently didn't have any say in it because I didn't even know until the dog was at my house. I had a problem with this from the beginning. The dog was completely untrained. There were multiple times that the dog would jump up on our table and steal food out of the kids' plates and growl at you when you corrected her. She went after my cats multiple times. She shifted in the house constantly. No matter how often she was outside, she would do zoom eyes around the yard for easily 40 minutes, come inside and immediately squat to shift. And she nipped me and my husband's faces, not the kids, oddly enough. Hard enough to draw blood too. If you pulled away before she got you, you could hear her teeth smashing against each other. I didn't want the dog and expressed it hundreds of times. He refused to get rid of her because of his mother, despite his mother having been out of rehab for over a month at that point. Well, his mom told us 3 months ago that she would be taking this dog back in April. But 2 weeks ago she comes to our house and surprise surprise, she has a new dog. She told us, "Well, you've had her for so long that I figured you could just keep her." I had just found out I was pregnant a month prior to this. I told my husband there was no way we were keeping this dog. I never even wanted the dog here. He eventually said okay, and he found a nice couple who owned a giant farm to take her for an overnight to see if it was a good fit 3 days ago. We got a call the very next morning saying that the dog was hit by a car. He rushed us to go get her and bring her to the emergency vet. She needed amputation, surgery on her front paw, surgery on her pelvis, metal plates put in, etc., etc. The total for the surgeries was almost $13,000. They told us prior to doing any of the work that they had a healer rescue who was willing to take her if we couldn't afford the surgeries. I go back out to the car at this point because I was feeling nauseous from not eating anything and being pregnant. He comes out like a half hour later and tells me that he paid $7,800 toward the cost, our savings, and opened an animal care credit card to cover the rest, which has a 26% interest if you don't pay the cost back in full in 6 months. Now he's saying he can't get rid of her because she has just been through too much and she's my friend. I'm so wildly repulsed by this that I can't even look at him the same anymore. This is divorce territory to me. All of our savings are now gone and we are going to be looking at debt because of this 26% interest credit card he opened. And now he expects me to deal with carrying the dog around and squatting around the yard for her to go to the bathroom when I already have hypertension from pregnancy. I have been deemed high risk. I told him I don't think I can stay with him after this. I do not trust him at all anymore. There was options. They had a healer rescue willing to take the dog and cover the cost. But he instead threw us into debt over a dog that he told me he was getting rid of and I'm all set. He said I'm an for not seeing his point on this. I do see his point. He loves the dog, obviously. But we are pregnant and he just depleted our savings over a dog that bites faces and I don't think I want to be with him anymore. Am I the a-hole?